Hi, I'm Victoria Seed, and I am coming to you from the Vesta Approach in Manchester, in the UK. And I help families who are affected by alcohol and drug use, and I can help you too. So today, I'm going to be speaking to you about what children say they need. And this month in February in the UK, we have Children of Alcoholics Week, which is led by the National Association for the Children of Alcoholics. Go and check their website out, and also Children's Mental Health Week as well. So the theme in February for me is always around the impact of substance use on children and what we can do about it. So the last couple of weeks I've been talking about why it's important to protect children from parental care or family substance use and how we can do it. So make sure you go back and find those videos on whatever platform you're viewing this on, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Insta, or LinkedIn. So those videos are there. Let me know in the comments if you are watching, and drop any comments in, or feel free to DM me with them as well, because some people don't feel comfortable dropping the comments in. I've been doing this work for just under 2 decades, so I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I've worked in a variety of places and led and managed teams and services, and I set up the Vesta Approach in 2017 to plug the gap between people that were accessing voluntary and public sector services and people who wanted some other help outside those services. And those services are brilliant, by the way, but my service is private. So you come to me for that help and support. I've got a range of support options and you can check them out. So let's get started then. First of all, I just wanted to say what children say they need. I've taken it from a document, some guidance called Working Together to Safeguard Children 2018. And they've got a section in that guidance, it's a government guidance around how we all safeguard children. It's particularly for professionals, practitioners and services. But what I mean by safeguarding is that we all have a responsibility to protect children from harm so that they can grow up, feeling healthy and safe and loved and all of those things. So if you are a parent, a carer, a neighbour, a friend, an ally, a professional, then safeguarding is all of our responsibilities. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through these 9 things that Working Together came up with around what children say they need, and talk around it a little bit in the time that we have. So the first thing is vigilance. And what children say is to have adults notice when things are troubling them. So like I just said, adults, any adults, have a responsibility to look after children and have an awareness, because children's needs are paramount, and that means it's paramount above anything else, any adult's needs. So what we've got to be thinking is, as an adult, if I know anyone that has a problem with alcohol or drug use and there is a child living with them, then I have a responsibility to take action on that. And that's what this is about. All right. And it can be really tricky. I understand that. So if you get into this situation, do get in touch and I will help you through it. But as professionals, as coaches, as any of those things, we should be taking action, right? That is our responsibility. Number 2, children want understanding and action. So they want to understand what's happening, to be heard and understood, and to have that understanding acted upon. Really important. So they want to understand what's going on. So when we lie to them, when we try and protect them, when we cover things up, yes, we do that because some things are not for children to see or hear or even feel. However, we've got to validate the feelings. And the way we do that is by asking them about it, and then asking them what they think and what they feel and what they've seen and what they've heard, and then taking action on it as adults. Otherwise, children are telling us stuff and nothing's changing, and that can be really damaging to children. Number 3 is stability. to be able to develop an ongoing stable relationship of trust with those helping them. So this applies to professionals. If we're doing some direct work with children, or even within family work, for example, then children want to have an ongoing relationship with the people that are working with them. This can be difficult. Obviously, people move on from jobs, people progress, but either way, just thinking about those handovers, those transitions from children to adult services, even children need some stability, and they also need stability within their homes and with their parents. So as parents, as carers, as loved ones, as extended family members, we need to be building that trusting relationship with children in our families as well. Number 4 is respect. So they want to be treated with the expectation that they are competent rather than not. And again, that goes back to the understanding and action thing, doesn't it? You know, they want to be treated as being competent. So we need to be talking to them, don't we? We need to be taking in their points of view and respecting their opinions, thoughts, and feelings, and hearing their voice. Number 5 is information and engagement. So they want to be informed and involved in procedures, decisions, concerns, and plans. We need to be involving children. We need to hear their voice whenever we are working. Even if we never work with children and we only directly work with adults, it's really good practice to take a step out as part of your reflective practice, as part of your supervision, if you are a coach or another similar or you're in another similar field of work, and think about what the child is seeing, hearing, and feeling. Bring that child's voice out into your practice, even though you are possibly never going to meet them yourself. Because when you listen for that, that is going to trigger you to take some action. And that's what we should be doing if we identify anything. Okay. For example, if we are working with parents who are using substances and the recovery field is full of wonderful people who want to help people, we've got to always think about the wider family, because you might be the only person that knows there's a child in that property living in that situation, and you've got a client coming in, week out, telling you that they're struggling with the children. So your responsibility there is to take action and protect the child and protect the parent as well, because safeguarding is all about improving parenting capacity and keeping children together. And removing children is always a very, very last resort, goes through court proceedings and everything. Okay, so information engagement, really important. Number 6 is explanation. To be informed of the outcome of assessments and decisions and reasons when their views have not been met with a positive response. So although we hear children's voices, we want them to be involved in the processes, absolutely. Sometimes, and I've seen this in my own practice, children are asking for things that aren't safe for them. And sometimes those things cannot be upheld. So you know, it's the same as we listen to everybody we work with, but it doesn't necessarily mean that what they ask for is what they always get, particularly where it reaches a concern where local authority services and other services have to get involved in order to protect the child and the family. So we take everyone's views into consideration, but it doesn't always mean that what they want is what they get. So we need to explain that to children, even when they're sharing with us. You know, we need to be saying, listen, we want to hear your voice, and these are the boundaries around that. So number 7 is support, to be provided with support in their own right, as well as a member of the family. Really important. This is something I tell all of my clients. Does anybody know in the child's life outside the family what's going on? Because if they don't, I recommend that you tell them. Sometimes I have to do this work myself if it reaches a level of concern, but even just telling the children's school that a parent, carer, or family member has a problem with alcohol or drugs can give them somebody some respite, another adult that they can talk to, which is going to prevent the long-term impact of living with somebody else's substance use for that child. It doesn't mean that social services, children's services, whatever you know it as, are going to come in and swoop in and remove the child. It takes a lot for that to happen. Okay, sometimes it does happen. Sometimes people disagree with it, but that's another story for another day. We want to be getting in there as early as possible. It's called early help, early intervention, because living with somebody else's substance use is an adverse childhood experience. And loads of research has shown that it can impact children right through to adulthood. And we do not want that to happen, do we, for the children in our lives, whether it's professional or personal. Number 8 is advocacy. So to be provided with advocacy to assist them in putting forward their views. So we need somebody, following on from the last point, to support them to share their views. And I've worked in a brilliant service called Holding Families at Early Break in the Northwest. Brilliant, look them up. And they do direct work with children to do this work. And they got the child's voice through creative ways, through talking, through going for walks, artwork, playing games, and supported the children to share that, either from supporting them to sit in the meetings or advocating on their behalf, showing their pictures, talking them through, some of the work we've done, whatever it is. And children need that. And you can get that through a variety of agencies. Look it up in your local authority. Ring your local drug and alcohol or recovery services and ask what's available for children. Or even just going back to what I said, keep it simple, speak to the school, have a chat and see if there's any support that they can recommend as well. And number 9 is protection. So to be protected against all forms of abuse, discrimination, and the right to special protection as well. So that's it. We all have a responsibility to care. There are certain services that have a duty of care, like the NHS, like, voluntary sector services and things like that, prison service, police. But in my opinion, we've all got a responsibility. So please, please, please think about this. Follow me at The Vesta Approach on Facebook, Instagram, and come and follow me on LinkedIn if you want, Victoria Seed. Just to let you know, you can download my free download 10 Ways to Family Recovery. And that is right here at vestaapproach.co.uk/freebie. Okay, I'm going to go now. See you later. Have a good week. Bye-bye.